Hello and welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is Armoured Warfare Reloaded. Yes, Balance 2.0 is here with patch 0.19 and this is supposed to be the patch that's going to change the game, save the game, all that sort of stuff. So how is it going and is it any good? The tank you're looking at on screen by the way is the Tier 10 light tank, the PL01. Bit of a futuristic looking thing. So what's happened, as far as I can tell, there's a lot of contention on the forums about whether it's been good or bad and all that sort of thing. It seems to me what they've basically done now is copied World of Tanks. So armor angling now counts. It never used to matter much. It was basically all about facing forward and using a frontal armor. Now angling actually matters. People are bouncing a lot of shots when they never used to bounce before. Tanks like this, a light tank, can actually bounce quite a few shots now because you can see the angling is extremely good on this tank. And basically the main battle tanks, the MBTs, have a lot more frontal weaknesses now than they used to have, so they're not the be and end all. So it used to be that the main battle tanks were virtually unstoppable. And now they are a lot easier to stop. Light tanks are much harder to kill, and tank destroyers have some of them have been given more armor because mostly they universally had no armor. Now a lot of them have got armor, but they've had their speed reduced quite substantially. That's the wheeled vehicles. The missiles, well, in PvE, a lot of the vehicles that have missiles are now firing missiles. They never used to fire the missiles, those vehicles in PvE now. They've gone a little bit overboard and people are getting absolutely missile spammed. It's not unusual on one particular map to have 4 or 5 tanks surrounding you all firing missiles at you, and it's just kind of impossible. So, yeah. Now, they gave people the option. They said, okay, you can keep what you've got in your tech trees, or you can reset your entire account, and that's what I have done. I have reset my account. So basically what happens is all your money, you can see I've got 347 million, almost 374 million bucks. I've got 18 million reputation, and basically what I'm doing now is just spend that anywhere I want. So they basically give you all your tanks back, give you all the cash and reputation that you took and spent on those tanks, and you can put them anywhere you want, pretty much. I mean, you've still got to go through a tank line, but yeah, so I've done that. So I went straight into the Shishkin one here because I had previously been halfway through. It's now called the Thunderbolt 2. It was the M8, I think I was working on. And I was halfway through that trying to get to the PL01. Well, now I just went through and clicked every tank in the line, went through the whole line, and bought the Tier 10. I haven't fully upgraded the Tier 10. I certainly have enough money and reputation to do it, but I'm actually enjoying just doing a bit of the grinding. I did actually use some rep to get the better ammo, so I've got a bit more pen, but now I'm just enjoying the grind with that tank. But I'm thinking I may actually just get the Russian line, because I want to get the Russian Tier 10 main battle tank, so I may just skip through that. So resetting the account, actually, if you've got a lot, which I did have a lot, allows you to pretty much just get the tanks you want. And not really do anything with the tanks you don't want. For example, these tanks I've already played that I probably don't particularly feel like playing again at the moment. I haven't bothered doing any upgrades to them or any crew upgrades on them. So basically, I've saved the rep for the crew, and I've saved the dollars I would have spent on there, and I can now spend that on other things. So I can probably get a few Tier 10s out of this, I think. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I might. I definitely think I want to go the Russian Tier 10. The American Tier 10 XM1A3 is apparently quite popular because it has an autoload that fires 2 shots. It takes a while to reload, but can fire basically 2 shots, 1 and 2 seconds after the other. So that's a bit of a beast at the moment. I have so I lost my Leopard, which was the 140. Now it's replaced with the 2AX. I did take this out before I did the account reset to try it out and see the differences in it. And it is nowhere near as good a tank as it was. They slowed it down a lot. They what else did they do it? Well, it was a lot slower. I mean, a lot slower than it used to be, because it used to be a very fast main battle tank. The armor are nowhere near as good as it used to be, and combine that with the fact that it's a lot harder to pen now because armor's angling counts. So it became basically like World of Tanks, where heavy tanks are no longer as good as they were. They've done the same thing here, made heavy tanks. It's probably good. They definitely were overpowered, and tanks like light tanks and that sort of stuff are now much better to use. Hence why one of the reasons why I went down that light tank line. So there's still, obviously, I think they're probably going to have to do some adjusting, but yeah. Anyway, so I guess you want to see a game. Let's do it. So this tank I've got here, I have upgraded the ammunition and improved gunner sight. Everything else on it is pretty much stock. The upgrade system now has changed as well, so you can pretty much buy any retrofit you want to put on. There's only 2 tiers now. There used to be 3 tiers, now there's only 2. I have got the second tier augmented optics, so if you buy the standard one will give you an extra 35 meter view range. The better one, the standard one gives you 25 meters, the better one gives you 35 meters. So they're all in that sort of vein as far as some give you a little bit quicker aiming time or quicker loading time and things like that. You can get the standard one, or if you want to get the better one, you usually have to unlock it on, it seems to be mostly tier 6 tanks you have to unlock it on. So you pretty much have to get the tier 6 in every line if you want all the better upgrades. But they're not as much better as they were previously, so it's not as big a deal. Oh, the other thing to note, and another reason why I did the reset, I had a fair bit of artillery, which I no longer have. That's all been moved to the Chinese line. And I had pretty much all these guys, so I had an unlock for this one here, the tier 9, I think it is. But they are, all of them now are PvE only, so you can't play them in PvP, so it's now no artillery in PvP. And they do a lot more damage than they used to be, just like World of Tanks artillery now, a lot more like World of Tanks artillery. So they do a lot more damage per shot. And I just played a PvE game where there were 2 of these in the game. It used to only be limited to 1 in PvE, because it's PvE co-op, it's 5 aside. There were 2 of them in it. It kind of wrecked the game for us, but when I looked at the stats, they actually did more damage than any of the other tanks on the battlefield. So they can potentially do a lot of damage, but I'm not interested in them at all because I don't want PvE only. I want to play PvP as well. Now, that said, let's have a look. See if we can maybe get into a PvP game. I did have a look there. Fantastic. They've got a couple new global operations maps, except when I click on global ops, you can see that it's just me in the queue. It's nearly 3 p.m. here on a Sunday in Australia. It's probably wee hours of the morning in America, so okay, but I clicked on last night as well and there were nobody was playing global ops. PvP though, I did get a game. It was only change game mode, yes. It was leave queue, okay. It was only 7 aside. I played it in my premium XM1. This used to be a normal tier 6 tank or tier 5. They've now moved it, and it's now a tier 6 premium, so I got to keep that for free, which was kind of nice. So it's quite a decent premium tank. I played that. This tank actually is a lot, in my opinion, a lot better now than it used to be, because other main battle tanks are easier to penetrate. This one used to be not so well armoured, but because the other main battle tanks are now easier to penetrate, this one is much more equalised, and I found it actually not to be not a bad tank. The what was I going to say? Yeah, so the PvP, let's see if we can go in our tier 10 and get a game in. PvP, we may get a game. We got a 7 versus 7 last night. Oh, there's 16 people wanting to play tier 10. So I think we will get a game. 27 in the queue. Like before the patch when I checked out, it would have been 1 or 2 people in the queue. So it looks like we've definitely got people trying out the PvP. It's still like not many. You can see there's 17 in tier 10. These other tiers, hardly anybody. So yeah, if they were thinking this was going to be the one that brought everybody in, doesn't appear to have worked. Well, not in North America anyway. I do note though that somebody on the forums, not on the forums, on some of my subscribers commented in one of my last videos that, well, one might have been one of my World of Tank videos, that World of Tanks has just released an update, and I don't think it's any coincidence. They only released it in North America, so try a North American server first, and I don't think there's any coincidence that it was the day before the Armoured Warfare patch was due for release. So I'm pretty sure that that was deliberate tactic by World of Tanks, which good on them. It's a clever thing to do. We used to do it in business all the time when I was high up in business. you heard someone else was coming out with a product, you would speed up the launch of your product to get it out a day or a week before. So, yep, that's business. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they did, and especially in North America, because they probably... This is going okay in Europe and okay in Russia and terrible in North America, so I think they probably thought, well, we'll put it into North America to just stop any North Americans from getting armoured warfare so that we can keep the server population basically dead and trying to eliminate the game in North America overall. Alright, so we're in the game, and I'm going to put my headphones on now because I can't hear anything. I didn't have them on. Oh, sorry matey, got in your way. I quite like the camouflage in this tank, the snow one. I quite enjoy it. I'm just going to follow these guys because I really don't know what's going on. I haven't really played much Tier 10 PvP. I haven't been able to get PvP games for like over 12 months, so I played one last night, and now we'll just see what happens. I'm just following these guys. Tell me where to go, guys. I've got no idea. I'm probably going to die very rapidly. And I've got my upgraded ammo, but the rest of the stuff in this tank isn't upgraded yet. Oh, I haven't even got smoke either. I'm going to go... Oh, this guy's getting hit. Hey, let's see if we can shoot this guy. Oh, he just appeared. Here he is. Well, I bounced off that guy. I have now been spotted though. I'm probably going to get hammered here. Oh, we've got to hit him. Oh, I've been tracked. I can hear my engine revving. My engine's revving, but it wouldn't move. I can hear my... Ah. Yeah, I was tracked. Wow. Now, it used to be hard to get tracked, but now it's just like World of Tanks. It's easy to track tanks now. So that's another thing I noticed, just even in PvE. So, interesting. Well, I suck, that's for sure. Actually, just looking at the stats here while we're still in the game, we could see there I was the first tank on our side to die. But anyway, I was hit once by a PL-01, which is what I'm driving, but the other 3 hits were by a Terminator 2. They are all missiles. So I was completely smashed by missiles, and I think that may have been who I returned fire at and just bounced there. I'm not sure. But previously, like that return fire shot I did, would probably have penned. Anyway. Okay, so I didn't have to wait long for the game to end. You can see we landed one shot for 555 damage. And that was on this XM1A3 here. We managed to get it in the side. You can see here the match took 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So that was one of the issues I always had with this game, was that it was over too fast. That still seems to be the case. Basically, once somebody gets in front, it's all over. At least it was in this game. Maybe... did we have a full side? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's still only 11. There's normally supposed to be 15. So still not getting full games. So that might be why. It looks like the PL-01 though is a good tank. The top 2 tanks on the other team were PL-01. So it looks like I've picked the right tank. I just need a better driver. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we're getting another game. As you can see, there's 17 tanks in Tier 10. Only 2 8, 1 at Tier 9 and 1 at Tier 4 waiting for a game. And I've been waiting 4.5 minutes. We're just joining. So, anyway, hopefully we actually survive a little bit longer than a minute. And, oh no, how many tanks are there? Only 7 aside. So, okay. Oh well. What map is this? I recognise the map, but it's been that long since I've played PvP. Yeah, don't know. I guess what they've done with this game now is they've basically turned it into World of Tanks. So far, I don't think there's any pay to win in it, though. It hasn't got premium ammunition like World of Tanks has. It does have premium ammunition, but it doesn't. Doesn't have higher pen, or it never used to. Maybe it does now. So it's basically like World of Tanks, except there's no artillery. So if that sounds slightly appealing to you, which I can understand why it would, then yeah, it could be good. But we'll have to just wait and see if any people start playing it. Oh, I remember this map now. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's much bigger than the PV version. I remember it now. I suppose I should be a little bit careful here. I'll let these other guys go first because I'm hoping they know what they're doing. Oh, this guy just stopped there. Does he know what he's doing or not? I'm going to wait and see. I probably really shouldn't be in town since I'm not a main battle tank. Let's see if we can help spot. So one of those guys up to my left here got hit, and another guy's just been hit again now. So if we can spot who's hitting them. Don't think I'm helping much from here. I'll have to try and move up and see. Now I've done exactly the opposite of what I said I was going to do, which is stay near the other tanks. We're not spotting anything there. Alright, let's see if we can get up on this ridge, a bit of a ridge here, and get some shots on these guys that are causing all the issues. I think we might have a target here. Yeah. Come on, move. Oh, it hasn't got gun depression. Oh my god, this piece of crap. That's better. I don't have pen. Oh, that might pen. Yep. Oh, I've been spotted. Yeah, I'm getting shot at. I've got to move. Well, as you can see, even though it's a light tank, my turret did bounce that shot. So that's good. Just when I fired my gun, I got spotted. Which is good, because if that spotted him, that puts him under pressure to move. Can I get him? So I'm not spotted when I'm not firing. I just need to find a spot where I can pen this thing. He's moved back a bit now. Yeah, he's safe where he is now. But he might have to move up or down a little bit. So far, no tanks have been destroyed on either team. Oh, we're getting hit though. Do I take a risk and move out, folks? Unless this guy pushes forward, I can't get a hit on him, and he's only going to push forward if... Oh, hang on. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, I got a shot here. Oh, he didn't spot me. Yes, another hit. I'm still not spotted. Okay, so the other tank that spotted me last time has either moved or he was just further away. Now, they did take out one of our tanks, though. Okay, so we've spotted the guy. Oh, come on.
Identify target.
I was spotted. Two of them at the same time. Hammered me there. Oh, I got a little scout award come up there. Oh, shit. Up here as well. Can we get a shot on this guy? Oh, back. Bet he didn't like that. Oh yeah, baby. So I just found a spot there. It looked like I could pen. Wasn't much to shoot at. Now if I pop out there again, somebody is probably going to wreck my day. Oh yeah, that guy's going good up there now. Alright, I'll go back. My tank is badly damaged though. Got hit by a PLO-1 and a Leo. Let's see if we can get a shot on this guy. Ah! I took too long to aim. I just couldn't see that anywhere I was going to pen. I probably got spotted then though, so I've got to be careful. Come on, move forward again, mate. I had a shot on you then. Just inch forward. Whoa. Wow, that's the light tank. Same tank as I'm driving, and I bounced off the side of him. That's pretty tragic. I know I got spotted, but I'm staying here because that guy looks tracked. I don't have smoke or any upgrades. The other thing with that last game I played, oh, we've got another one too. I didn't have, because I didn't have any upgrades. There is an upgrade you can get which will shoot down missiles. Looks like we had the lower plate there. It'll shoot missiles down, and because I didn't have any upgrades, I didn't have it, but someone got him. Right, they've only got one tank left, which is a PLO-1. He ran that way, so I reckon if I go this way, we might see him. Yeah, so if I had that, it'll shoot down any tanks that attack from a distance of, or any missiles coming from 200 meters or greater. It'll shoot the missiles. Oh, should I cap? How much time's left in the game? I don't want to cap though. I want to shoot some tanks. Yeah, this guy's just run, I think. I don't know why you would run unless you were going to come back and reset cap. I mean, what's the point? You're here to play PvP, aren't you? So now I'm taking big risks here where I'm driving and everything, but we are trying to just light this guy up, highlight him somewhere. He's just going to be hiding around these buildings somewhere. Oh, he's spotted. We spotted him. Coming through there. I don't know where he went. He's running, that's for sure. I mean, what? We got a hit in. Now, I think he bounced off us. So that was nice. Ah, didn't reload in time. Ah, they got him. Good job. Hey! Well, that was a better game, folks. I'll just pause it while we wait for the results screen. Alright, so we did 5,431 damage. Yippee! 4 assists, 5 spotted. We made 4,805 reputation and 170, almost 177,000 credits. Yippee! Performance, what did we do? We a Challenger 2 ATDU, which used to be one of the hardest tanks in the game to pen. 1,650 damage. That was the guy that we were just kept trying to shoot the tip of his turret and stuff, and he was going back and forth up there. So we put quite a bit of damage on him. PLO-1, 683, T-40 Armada, 532. The T-80, we finished him off. Didn't do a lot of damage, but it was a finish him off. So that's the tank that we destroyed. And a Leo, Tier 8 Leo, we did a lot of damage on that guy. Oh, maybe that was the guy that was up there, because that's a lot of damage. Alright, I'm totally confused. Anyway, we got kill assists for all those guys. and we actually finished second on our team. Not bad for a noob. Yeah, so we did the second highest damage on our team. This guy over here did, the PLO 1 on their team did 5,900. See there, both those PLO 1s finishing on top again. Probably the same guys that were in the last match. So PLO 1 in this version looks like a good game, although the T14 Armada, which is a tank I also want to get, finished on top for our team. So yeah, interesting game. Details, well, let's see, we fired 16 shots, 12 of them land on target. I did get a couple of misses. Has got a quick aiming time, this light tank, so that is one of the benefits of it. And penetrating hits 10, so out of 12 that hit, 10 penetrated, so it's not too bad. But you really have to pick your shots. You can't just shoot. Previously, if anybody was sight on to you, you're pretty much guaranteed of hitting them. Now, if they're a little bit angled, you may not pen. Or the side of the turret doesn't necessarily pen now like it used to, so they have changed it quite a bit. So MBTs are a bit easier to hit, everybody else is a bit harder to penetrate. So yeah, interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a look at the new patch. I'm not sure yet, but I think I actually like it. I think before it was just too unbalanced, which is hence they called it Balance 2. I think it's probably going to work out for the best, but I also think that a lot of PvE players who play pretty much exclusively PvE are going to be really annoyed because tanks they had that were virtually invulnerable are now going to be quite tough. Are now going to be quite much harder to play. So, and you know, if they spend a lot of time grinding up to get those tanks, they're going to be annoyed. However, you can reset your account and get pretty much any tank you want. So, I think that's, and I think that's a pretty fair thing they did, allowing people to do that. So, I really think that they've done a pretty good job so far. There are some issues for sure, and the number of missiles that are getting fired at people in PvE is one of them. They might have to do something about that. But, other than that, I think they might be on the right track. It's just a matter now of whether they can get anybody to play it, because if it is similar now to World of Tanks, while that's all very nice, why would somebody who plays World of Tanks want to make the switch if they've already invested a lot of time in World of Tanks? I'm not sure why they would do that or whether they would. So, interesting. The level of detail in this modelling, by the way, is superb. Yeah, they really have done a good job on these tanks. But anyway, I'll leave it there. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, subscribe to Reginaldesq. Until next we meet, have fun.